Alright. Yeah, let's play some London Detective Mysteria now. Let's see, where we at? Oh wait, I reloaded the wrong one. I keep doing that. So yeah, last time, if you weren't here, we found out that Watson met Emily when they were children, and he, like, helped her out of something, and he decided, because, like, she has, like, this goal, like, this investigating her family's death, he's like, I'm gonna become a detective, because girls love detectives, and I love her, and I want to help her out by becoming a detective. And he was really playing it down to Emily to, like, try and see her response, and her ass just does not. Her ass does not remember him at all. Which is... yeah, pour one out for Watson. I've never been to this part of the city before. In pursuit of Watson, I found myself in unfamiliar environs. The buildings are dirty and broken down. The clothes of those walking the streets were tattered and soiled. This is the one time I can't stop Holmes from roasting Emily for not detecting shit, right? The moment he started talking about her, I was just like, oh, it's Emily. It's fucking Emily, isn't it? Oh. The sun must have been sinking into the west as the streets were cast in gloom, and the air unpleasant to breathe. This poor man. There was a pervasive, wretched smell, the source of which I cannot discern, but I found myself instinctively reaching up to cover my nose and mouth to avoid inhaling it. What business could Watson possibly have here? Is that really Watson? I mean, it looks like his hair. I hurried to ask that very question that paused upon my tongue, but the distance between us was still too great to call out to him. It took the whole of my focus and energy to match his pace and avoid losing sight during my pursuit. I don't believe there are any hospitals in this area, nor can I imagine any reputable chemist would live or work in such a place. I'm closing it. I played a bit. It'll do. Oh my god, nearly 2 years. Holy fuck. Thank you, Moggy. Thank you for the sub. For 22 months. Oh my goodness. But I can't imagine Watson leaving Holmes alone when he's not well. Would you rather have unlimited Misha gamer tips, but no more Misha? Misha gamer tips, unlimited Misha gamer tips, and no Misha gamer tips? Eh? That concludes the Misha gamer tip. I see. Well, I would like Misha. Thank you for being in my life for so long. I can't imagine it without you. Oh, same here. I'm really grateful that we got to become really close friends and siblings and everything, Moggy. I carry you.
Oi,
hello there, girl. Hope you had a good time at least. Yeah, what were you playing? Okay, you keep Misha and Misha gamer tips. Gotcha. I feel like I don't play much of anything nowadays. I thought I'd finish Dogma 2 in like a week or two, but I've just kinda not. Dwarf played the booby game. Which one? Suddenly, a man clad in filthy garments stood before me, blocking my path. Yet do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Judging by that pretty dress, you must be a noble. What should I do? If I don't hurry, I'll lose sight of Watson. I feel that outside of Witch's Heart, I do not remember the last time I finished a game. I couldn't buy it if I wanted to anyway, had to cancel my card. Oh, the furry booby action game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry again about that, dwarf.
すみません。私ちょっと急いでいるので。
I'm very sorry, but I'm in a bit of a hurry right now. I'm gonna slow to hurry past him and continue after Watson, but he moved to intercept me at once.
もっと待ちな。
You got to stay, miss.
Without saying more, he reached out and grabbed me by the wrist.
Oh god, is this that one Otome game trope that I hate?
貴族のお嬢さんなら金も
If
た
you're
んまり
one
持
of
って
them
んだ。
lawful nobles, you
ちょっ
must
と
have
ばかし
good penny
俺
on
の
you,
酒のため
right?
に寄付して
When
く
there
れ
was a
よ。
bit of donation for a few pints, Sale.
Unhand me! Alcohol, a stink when too foreign, a horror when one who is weak to its design consumed it, wafted from this man, who is presently under its deviled haze and leant unsteadily close to me. My wrist began to hurt as he tightened his grip.
I keep calling that, but I love the game, and the fact I can make a body type that looks like me makes me happy. That's great. I think every game should have like the ability to make your character look like you, you know?
なんとかし
So
なきゃ。
it's a really great
この
feeling.
まま詰め寄られても。
I need to do something. At this rate.
Okay, can I talk a little bit? I'm sure the game won't go there, but I have a severe like bone to pick with Otome games because the amount of times I have seen in an Otome game using like the protagonist nearly getting raped as like a plot point to have the guy save her. I've seen it so many times. Like I know it's never gonna go there because they're like on the PlayStation Vita. It's illegal. But the fact that so many Otome games like make that be a plot point to like make you feel grateful to the male protagonist and all that. It's like it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable that so many Otome games go with that for like development of the plot. Another thing, this is London. Why do you not have a knife? And then another problem I have with Otome games is like rival characters. Otome games love putting in like rival characters that are just the most evil woman ever. Like, let me have like a homoerotic rivalry with a girl over a boy instead of just like the absolute worst woman on the planet that like tried to drop like a bowling ball on my head as I walk out of the door, you know? And then it's happened so many times that I'm so tired of it. Oh, I fucking hate roots with rival characters, especially since the rival character isn't even charming, right? Like at least give me something to enjoy if your root is gonna be all about like a rivalry with a girl. Like let me kiss my rival or something. Let me feel the tension between the girl in like a cool way and not like a, oh, I hate this woman and she's taking attention away from the game and like not having you spend time with your love interest. Like it's padding. It's one thing that is padding like the root out. Like they don't know what to do with the character's root, so they're like love rivalry. Time for me to write homosexual sword dueling rival. Yes, please. But yeah, those are my main problems with Otome games. I hate those stereotypes in Otome games. And the moment I saw this drunk guy walk up, I'm like, oh no!
Panicking in the moment, I pushed his hand away with all the force I could. And when my circumstances were near hopeless, a familiar voice cried out.
Wait.
there, standing right before me, was the very man I had been pursuing. He grabbed the man's arm, glaring at him with a stern countenance that desired revenging.
なんだよお前
What you want?
それはこっち
I
の
was
セリ
about
フ
to ask you the very same.
俺
What
の
do you
常
think
に
you're doing to my
なんだよ
friend? I mean, this guy just wanted booze money. Yeah, it just like made me think of all the Otome games that use it as a plot point. This should be exactly why I hate Zen, Jumin, and Vizru in Mystic Messengers. I really liked Zen in Mystic Messenger. Like, he's a theater boy, he's extra, he's white-haired, he's a twink, but his root was just so... Oh, I don't want to hear about that woman. They have rival characters, at least in V's-Root. Rika is actually an interesting fucking character. And there's a bad end where you can be gay with Rika. Yeah, it's bad end for V, but yeah, I liked Rika as like a rival, but I hated the girl in Zen and Jumin's route, especially like Zen, because they already had the thing where like there's like a little bit of tension with Jaehee, because like Jaehee is like a fan of Zen. They didn't need to add a rival to Zen's route. I know like he's like, you know, he's the popular actor man that has like many fans and stuff. They already had that build. And I hate these games where the heroine arbitrarily gets into a life or death situation where she gets bailed out by the love interest. I'm so excited to play more London Detective Mysteria. Listen, I'm okay with the arbitrary life or death situations. It's just I needed to talk a bit about how like so many Otome games use like, oh no, the female protagonist is getting accosted by a creepy old man that like wants to do something creepy and bad to her. Oh no. And it's like, I know they're not gonna actually have the protagonist get raped, which I'm glad that it's not. But like, I hate that so many Otome games has been like, oh, whoa, rape scare, whoa. Which, pound for pound, has the most arbitrary life or death situations thus far. Of the 2 or 3 Otome games I've seen, getting real boss baby vibes from this one. Anyway, that's it for my Otome game rant. Actually, no. I think Zen's route should have had more homoerotic tension with Jaehee instead of putting in that rival. Like, if I can't be gay with Jaehee, at least let me have homoerotic tension with her while I'm pursuing Zen. Claire would be too powerful as an Otome protagonist. She'd kick the shit out of anyone who tries shit and have men and women swooning for her left and right. Real. Zen should have more homoerotic tension. Yeah, Zen's route should have more homoerotic tension with Jaehee, for real. Like, what, you want me to stop romantically pursuing this man? What are you gonna do? You gonna kiss me? You gonna make it count? You want me to pursue someone else? Are you volunteering? You want me to kiss you?
Watson?
それがいたのかよ
low.
Spitting back a resentful reply, the man let go of my wrist with a rough shake.
別になんでもねえよそっちが構ってほしそうな顔してんのが悪いんだろ
Huh? I ain't looking to do nothing. She come in walking through like she needed a bit of attention. Can't blame a man for trying to oblige her. Trying was an alright game.
What? At last, the drunkard ambled away, still shaky on his feet. I can somehow
If I can somehow fucking end up in an ending where I make out with Zen and Jaehee's freaking root, then it's only fair I get an ending where I make out with Jaehee and Zen's root. For real. Jaehee's root was... We were robbed. We were so robbed with Jaehee's root.
ワトさん
Watson, I can explain.
I'm walking it. Apron got 69.
ちょっとごめん。
Hold on just a minute, Emily.
When at last I was safe, Watson took the same risk the drunkard had. What a difference! The former created pain and fear. This man, however, only sought to heal me.
やっぱり後になってる。
I knew it. It's left a bruise. Emily, you seriously need a child leash or something. Watson and Emily get together and and the very first thing they propose is like, yeah, let's put you in like a harness or something.
これくらいなんでもない
I'm
わ
alright, I promise.
なんでもなくないよ。あの酔っ払い、力の加減なく掴んでくるなんて。
No, you're not. That drunkard was really rough with you. I cannot take anyone who says, I'm walking it seriously.
おまけに。
What was that nonsense about looking like you wanted some attention too? How rude. Thank you, Watson. See, this is why I'm on your route.
君はそんな顔してない。
You never look like that. If anything, your face just makes others want to pay attention to you. What?
そうなの
Really?
お
At
俺は
least, I think
そう
so.
思うよ。
He examined me with a medical eye. With so light a touch, my skin tickled. In this environment so ill-suited to me, Watson's presence gave me solace.
不思議ねさっきまであんなに不安で焦っていたのに
It's so strange. Just minutes before, I felt so uneasy, so scared.
今はとても安心しているワトさんが一緒だから
But now, I feel completely at ease. All because Watson is here with me.
助けてくれてありがとうワトさん
Thank you, Watson, for saving me.
いや、俺こそもっと早く君に気づけてたら。
You needn't thank me for that. If anything, I wish I had noticed you sooner.
He released his hold on me before averting his eyes.
だけど、
Still,
君はどうして
what
こ
are
んな
you
場所
doing
へ
in a place like this?
イーストエンドが危険な場
Surely
所
you're
だってい
aware
うの
that
は
the East End is a
君も知っ
dangerous
てるは
place
ずだ
to
ろ
be. Certainly not the haunt of any reputable persons.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry. You
私
see,
ず
I'm
っと
here
あなたの
because
後を追って
I've
き
been
て
following you all this time.
ずっとっ
All
て
this time?
まさか
You've been trailing me since I
事務所から
left the office?
いえ
Not that long.
お
I
見舞
had
いに行こう
intended
と
to
思
pay
ったと
Holmes
こ
a
ろだったか
visit,
ら
but it seems not going to the office was the right
行かなく
choice.
て正解だったかもしれない
まさか君事務所にホームズがいないってことも気づいてたの？
Wait, you already know he's not in the office then? I didn't, but thanks for informing me, Watson. Also, Emily, you gotta stop wanting to tail after men you're interested in. IDK how many times you've literally been threatened bodily harm because of this. Just call after them and say hi. Damn. Yeah, like, come on. Just be like, Watson, I see you. Can I come with you, please? But no, she's gotta walk into the Acme warehouse and get anvils dropped nearly on her.
What? But Holmes is resting in his room, isn't he?
あ、それは
Well,
What to say? Speak, Watson. I want to cry it, but though he wished to comply, something prevented him from doing so. He searched, paused. Certainly, he was at a loss.
やっぱり俺嘘をつくのは苦手だな。
I really am a terrible liar, aren't I?
嘘
A liar?
ああ、
Unfortunately
ここま
so.
で来たら
There's no point in
内緒も
maintaining
何
the
も
act
ない
any
よ
longer. I had really
本当
hoped
は
to keep it a
秘密に
secret
してお
though.
きたかったんだけど
He fell into another lull of silence, more searching, more opening and closing of the mouth, more wrinkled brows and concentration before lifting them at a possible solution. Racked nerves possessed him.
本当はホームズは風邪なんかひいてないんだ
Holmes doesn't have a
もっと
cold.
面倒なことに
He's been caught up in something far worse.
どういうこと
Misogyny? I mean, he's
Holmes-
already had that.
何かあったの
What do you mean? What happened to him?
実は
Well, you see.
Watson remained ever darkened as he began to relate his story.
It happened after I saw you home when it was night. Holmes's dad and I rushed to see him. But when we arrived, a shocking scene awaited us.
おいホームズ
He had come too late, arriving just as he was being taken away by the yard.
父さん、今度はワトソン君と一緒か。
Hello, Father. I see you're with Watson this time.
こうでもしないと
Oh no!
頭の固いお前は何も話さなそうだからな
I thought I was safe from Sherlock. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, dwarf Toskerter. Oh no. Rip. Ah. Don't it. Is it alright? Is it alright if I call you dwarf? It's okay if not. It's okay if not. I know it's last minute. Do as you wish. Okay. Hello?
I don't understand.
What?
It's one guy. What?
Yeah, it's I mean
Nope.
you could say the same with Heathcliff.
I did, I think.
Yeah, he's just one guy. He's British. He's too British. The funny thing is like Jack the Ripper is more British, but I'm fine with him. I was fine doing the drunk guy, but Sherlock? No, I just can't do Sherlock for some reason.
I feel like there's an explanation that I'm just not being made privy to.
I don't even know why. I guess in my head he's too deep for me. I don't know.
For you.
Yeah, he's too deep for me. Can you guys hear Dwarf alright?
Hold on, I probably should move my drink up. I don't have a lot of desk space, so my microphone is usually right between where my drink is, unless I leave it on the ground. And sometimes I think I ought to get a new mic.
Yee. What mic you got?
It's just a wall. It works. Like, for reference, these pair of headphones I have and this microphone, I bought them because I was tired of like gaming headsets because they would just fucking break immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a standing mic and a pair of headphones, and they've never broken since. I've been using these for probably 6 years, maybe even longer.
Yeah. I've been using like I know my headphones just recently blown out and I had to buy new ones, but the ones that I've been using, I've had them since my previous phone. So I want to say
Yes.
I've had them for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's just like, why replace it if it works?
Mm-hmm.
Other than like fidelity, but like I'm not getting paid to do this, so.
Yeah.
Had I come alone, you wouldn't have spoken to me out of sheer stubbornness.
ホームズお前一体何があったんだよ
Holmes, what happened? Which one is sus? We will never know. It's definitely not the red one. I could
That's
almost.
That's Weezer right there, those four among us.
僕は彼らにはめられた。
I was lured into a trap. What, are the police taking them away because he suspects him of killing someone or something?
はめられた
A trap? You?
あ、僕は殺人の罪を着せられたんだ。
Yes, I'm being falsely accused of murder. Yeah, let's
Dumbass has the Edgeworth hair color. What the fuck was he thinking?
yeah, let's accuse the guy who's related to like fucking Sherlock Holmes as the murderer. I'm sure he's the murderer.
Holmes appeared tensely frustrated by something. His eyes were focused on someone else being carried away by the yard's office. A corpse.
僕が追いかけたローブの男。彼は捨て石だった。
The robed man I was chasing after was little more than a disposable pawn.
どさくさに紛れて
He used the close quarters of our battle to slip a pistol into my pocket, was then summarily shot.
撃ち殺されたって
Immediately after.
ああ。撃ち殺し
Indeed,
た黒服の
and
男彼
furthermore,
は
the shooter.
父さん。
Ugh, that dash always messes me up. The shooter, a mysterious man in black, seemed acquainted with you, father.
The robot, Shooter 1.
もしかして
We'll never guess
さ
what
ん
he
が
does.
話してたスペルバウンドっていう組織の仕業じゃ
Then, do you think this might be the work of that organization you mentioned, Mr. Holmes? Spellbound, wasn't it?
スペルバウンド、それは一体。
Spellbound? What is that?
さあ
Don't look at me with that
後の
face.
話は書で聞かせてもらおう
It's enough out of you. I dare say you'll have plenty of opportunity to talk at the station. A conversation was interrupted by a nearby officer.
ちょっと待ってください
Hold on a
ホームズ
minute.
は殺人なんてしてない
There must be some
何も
mistake.
別の犯人が
Holmes hasn't killed anyone. The real culprit is.
わかりました。
Do as you will.
ホームズ
It was odd. There he was, in handcuffs, a boy detective being accused of a gruesome murder. And he was calm.
ワトソン君、今の状況で僕の身の潔白を主張したところで何の意味もない。
Watson, trying to convince anyone of my innocence under the current circumstances is entirely pointless, especially without any evidence.
だけど
But still!
真犯人の存在を明らかにしなければ無実を証明するのは困難だ。
Unless we can provide proof of the existence of the true culprit, trying to prove my innocence will be a Herculean task.
そうでしょう、父さん。
Isn't that so, father?
ああ、お前の言う通りだよ。
Yes, you have the right of it.
そんな
But that's just...
ワトソン君、君は昔から少し
Watson, you have a tendency to be more than a little reckless at times.
まっすぐでわかりやすい。
Your
それは
honesty and
君の長所
straightforwardness are strengths that often serve you well, but you ought to take care not to act in a thoughtless manner.
だけどこのまま黙って見てるなんて
But you're asking me to simply stand and watch as you're hauled away for a crime you didn't even commit.
伏せた気持ちを抑えて冷静になる。そう。安定には必要なこと。
Calm yourself and act not in haste. That's a fundamental requirement for any detective. And at present, that goes double for you.
それにこれは
Besides,
僕の
this
責任でもある。
responsibility is mine alone to bear.
気に病む
You
必要は
needn't
ない。
concern yourself over it. And so we looked on as Holmes was escorted away by carriage.
ワトソン・ジュニア、お前は家に戻りなさい。
You should go home, William.
おじさんは
What about you? What will you do?
何？警察でおしゃべりをしてくるだけだ。捜査に協力する代わりに世間への事件の公表をしばらく控えてもらおうかとね。
For my part, I'm going to have a little chat with the police, offering my assistance with their investigation in return for keeping the world in the dark about these events, at least for a time.
冤罪で息子の名誉を汚されては困る。
I mislike the prospect of my son's good name being tarnished by the ignominy of even a false charge.
それなら俺も
Then let me come with.
すまないがそれはできない。ここで君を助手のように連れ回したらジュニアから非難を浴びそうだ。
Sorry, but I can't allow it. If I let you tag along as though you're my assistant, I can't imagine my son would be too pleased about that.
He's like, yeah, you're my son's assistant, not mine. He'll have a little fit if I take away his boy.
William, do you think the horse that just hauled my son away also has a little hat, like the rest of the police?
What else could be done? We had no power against the police, nor any proofs to furnish his innocence. In the end, to watch was all we could do.
ホームズがそんな事件に巻き込まれていたなんて。
So, that's what really happened to him.
So you're single now?
ホームズの事件の手がかりをつかむた
So
め
you
に
don't have that guy constantly around you that's like really interested in having you around him at all times? So then you came here in hopes of uncovering some clue that might give you a lead in that case then?
Did you want to stick around, or was I bothering you having you be Sherlock? By the way.
Doing anything else, I'm just mostly confused.
ああ、イーストエンドでは犯罪者も頻繁に目撃されるから、もしかしたらと思って。
That's right. It's not at all unusual for criminals to be sighted here in the East End, so I thought perhaps.
それじゃあ私も一緒に。
Say no more. I'll help you.
それはダメだ。
I really can't allow you to do that. You're gonna walk underneath a piano and like look at it, and then you're gonna get crushed.
The confession of that night was a great burden to him.
君は早くここから帰るんだ。俺が安全な場所まで送るから。
You need to go home straight away. I'll escort you out of here safely. After that, you must promise me you'll return to your estate.
でも
But
ホームズが
I
疑われて
simply
いるというのに
Oh my god.
動ける私が何もしないなんて。
But I cannot simply sit idle when Holmes is facing a false charge. Not when I could help him.
What was that? What was that you did there?
俺だって
Because I thought she stopped talking and then she started
Yeah.
talking.
I was like, that's a bit of a delay on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a long button.
Believe me, I know exactly how you feel. I want to do all in my power to help him too.
だけど君を付き合わせて危険な目に遭わせるわけにはいかないよ。
Don't worry about it,
絶
fam.
対に。
In fact, she's pretty good at doing it herself.
Yeah, she'll get herself in danger without you needing to do anything, buddy. I can't risk putting you in danger. I just can't.
あなたさん
You don't need to. I already did. Yet, we cannot continue this. Our conversation was soon interrupted by unwelcome interlopers.
Oh, interlopers? Unwelcome interlopers.
おなんださっきの酔っ払いの言った通りだ。
Do you want to be this hoodlum?
Dem drunkard was it's an interesting word. Will you look at that? Dem drunkard was right.
From out of the lengthening shadows, a group of men approached.
何の用ですか？
What do you want?
Watson took my arm and stood to the fore to shield me from potential harm.
この辺りに貴族のお嬢さんがいるって聞いたよ。
We heard there was a noblewoman poking her nose around here.
なーにおとなしく宝飾品と金を置いていけばいい。そうすれば見逃してやるよ。
Not to worry, we don't care to take lives. All you need is to leave what we're selling and your money, then you can chop back home.
よく
Listen to me very carefully, Emily.
あなたさん
His tone took on that of a whisper. Never once did his focus leave the brutes.
ここは
I'll take care of things here. So I want you to run all the way to the main street. If you follow the alleyways, it shouldn't take long to get here.
I'll go into the alleyways where there's creepy people that are like disfiguring a corpse art. Okay.
そんなワトソンは
But then you'll...
大丈夫だよ。
I'll be fine. Two things in which I pride myself on being Holmes's better are street fighting and idle talk.
それに俺も後から
I'll
君を
follow after you once I'm done here. That's a promise.
わかったわ。
Alright.
ワトソン
I hear ya.
追いついてね。
In the time of them talking to each other, they've grabbed Emily and hoisted her over their shoulders.
Mostly just want the bin in the back. You look pretty broke, mate.
But you'd best not forget that promise because I won't.
お
I know. Are you sure you won't forget the promise? I mean, you forgot something regarding me once already.
I understand a signal. I broke into a run.
待てこの
What? Wait, just...
そうはいかない。
I think not.
Though it was with a great deal of difficulty that I tore myself away, I began to run through the twilit streets of London's East End. I coursed through the narrow alleyways as if trying to shroud my presence in the gradually thickening fog.
道に迷ったのかしら。進んでも
Are we surprised? Are we surprised?
Oh dear, I think I may be lost. No matter how many back streets and alleys I pass through, I never seem to emerge on the main road.
Are we surprised that she got lost?
So I clipped into the back rooms again.
それに随分逃げて
I
きた
hope
けど
Watson is safe. How long has it been? I feel as though I've been running for quite some time now. My path, uncoursed with no comfort in sight, narrowed upon my every turn, and my surroundings took on new layers of darkness. I chanced to pause for a moment and conceal myself in the shadows of a nearby building to survey the area. The road was starkly empty, not one other living soul to be seen.
そもそも
All this began when I decided I ought to trail Watson through the East End. But all I've managed to accomplish is to cause him a great deal of trouble. Ensconced in naught but fog and silence, I huddled there, filled with an overwhelming sense of guilt for my actions.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
これからどうしよう。
What to do now? Should I stay here and wait for Watson? Or should I continue on?
Yeah, let's stay in this area that you have no idea that you're in. You got yourself fucking lost in. That sounds great.
Something then caught my attention.
何かしら。
What's that? Click, click, click. The muted tap of fast-moving heels on pavement. This movement grew louder at a healthy speed. Whatever it was, it approached. The fog and night both made it too difficult to see anything distinct.
もしかしてワトソン？
Could that be Watson? I peered out through the shadow of the building, readying myself, be it an enemy or ally.
It was foolish. Yeah. Frame this as just like Emily doing anything in this game. It was foolish.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, it's the Ripper, innit?
Something reflected even through the fog, casting a lurid light in my direction.
What is this? Cause him a great deal of trouble. Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely you. I don't wanna get you in trouble, Emily. Don't need to worry about that, Watson.
I initially was going to use the face in the corner. I'm like, that would be self-aware.
Oi.
What? What do you mean? Not like the feet, like her sprite in the corner.
Yeah.
I squinted, frozen and unnerved, hoping to identify whatever this was through the murk.
Hey bub, it's me, Wolverine from X-Men.
What moonlight managed to pierce through the gaps between the clouds and fog illuminated the figure of the man wearing a silk hat.
Also, I just noticed my chat is like off kilter.
Oh yeah, look at that. Might have moved it by accident.
Yeah, I might have. Where is it? Where is my source?
Sources that I made it the fuck up.
Is it? No, that's the alert box. Oh, there we go. It's the one. Huh. Funny. The one that I labeled chat is the one for chat? No way. It feels like... Yeah, it feels off. Okay.
What moonlight managed to pierce the gaps between the clouds and fog illumined the figure of a man wearing a silk hat. His face was lost in the shadow of the hat's brim. I cannot see their face, not even a hint of their nose and the natural dew covered over one's eye. All was lost in the dark to create an unidentifiable, faceless creature.
It's just a creature.
What I saw then, however, were bladed claws, not unlike an animal's talons, equipped to both of his hands. These claws gleamed coldly in the light as they sped towards the running man's throat.
Oh my god, it's Phantom of the Opera from Fate Grand Order.
The next moments came with such a raw suddenness that I was stunned.
You mentioned that, and I just remembered that there is a Phantom of the Opera Otome game. Because of course there is.
I feel like, I'm not super.
It's called Persona.
No, it's not.
No, that's its name. Persona Opera Za no Kaijin.
Okay, well that helps, yeah.
It's person with like the A for some reason is capitalized.
Yeah, of course it is. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with the play, but I feel like maybe that guy was not looking for a healthy relationship with anyone or anything.
Yeah.
Then again, when does that stop any of you people?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is one of the Otome games that actually is like explicit, which is like an actual rarity for Otome games. I remember a lot of people were lobbying for it to get translated because they're like, it's one of the few Otome games that is lewd.
The next moment.
Oh yeah, that's rare. That's real rare. You should do that. It's a real novelty, you know. I mean.
Listen, Otome game players are starved for actual like not just fade to black cutscenes.
Go back to sleep and starve.
The next moments came with such a raw suddenness that I was stunned into silence. A rush of air was crushed out of his throat. This man cannot breathe. He could only bubble out labored murmurs that bespoke a greater agony. Then, when a dull thump, he slumped... I think it means with a dull thump? He slumped at the feet of his assailant.
Minor spelling mistake.
Suffer. Perish.
The fight in him was gone and would never come to him again. His life, for all the years that had passed without grave error, made the one mistake of being here in this moment in the path of a monster, was thus snuffed out with a disturbing quickness that did not afford him one final scream. It was a pitiable, anticlimactic end.
Hey, are you Jack from my 12th grade detective class?
You
What's
look,
up, man?
you look awfully a lot like him.
You look real British.
He's got a thick accent.
Yo, dab me up, bro.
What should I do? Think! Raise him
You
up!
never did that before, but now's not the time.
It's not time to think.
What's the Sailor Moon picture thinking isn't gonna get us anywhere?
The murder to which I just bore witness was not that of a prostitute, and yet the method, the swift slashing of the throat, the lack of noise brought to mind the stories that had filled the newspapers.
You can fix him, TM.
The brim of the killer's hat was cocked downwards to admire the body at his feet. His clothes, equally dark and lacking anything that would bring him distinction, dissolved into the shadows.
Thank God all those articles said he only kills one person a night.
It was only the claws which stood out, and then, when the moonlight shone strongest through the fog moments later, a hint of pale hair.
Yo, that looks just like that dude in my 12th grade class.
Droplets of dark blood ran in rivulets over the steel, pausing a moment before falling to splatter against the ground.
She opens her yearbook, just like looking. It looks up.
Blood smell hung in the air, and with every breath I found the pernicious odor of death more unpleasant. My heart thundered within my chest. My hands were trembling, palms moist with sweat.
Oh, we got another
Palm
sweaty
spaghetti.
girl.
I feared that if I were to take even a moment to collect myself, I would surely faint. My fear had anchored me utterly. No, I need to run. If I stay here any longer, I'll surely die. Sweat prickled at the back of my...
At the bad of my neck? Okay.
Ida means life.
Suddenly, I felt a hand reach round and cover my mouth. My mind went blank with unspeakable terror.
Does this smell like chloroform to you?
No, it's Watson. Don't worry about it. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Quiet. Stay perfectly still.
The voice that whispered into my ear was one I recognized. Is that Watson? When I knew that it was he who stood behind me, I was overwhelmed with such relief that it was as if my very life had been restored. The greatest part of my fear had fled away.
Emily, we need to get away without him noticing us, okay?
I'll get away without him noticing, okay?
Shut the fuck up!
I quietly nodded in consent. But my movement was not smooth as I stooped the first step back for a cautious retreat. My boot made contact with a pebble, sending it skittering across the ground. In the silence of the night, even so little a sound echoed in my ears.
God damn it, Emily!
Before that small stone had even come to a rest, the silk-hatted man, now farther down the alleyway, stopped and turned.
Who's there?
He noticed us.
Oh my god, what is this pose?
Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, give me a second. No script.
Oh my god.
Look in the car. Look, he's doing it.
Wait,
bro.
What is this? Oh my god! He really is! He played Fate Grand Order for like 5 seconds and made this character his entire personality.
He was forced to eat cement when he was 6.
Oh my god. Power stance. Whoa, have it your way. Last words ain't worth the breath. Actually, can you do him?
Well, have it your way. Last words ain't worth the breath.
Get back, Emily. Watson made to both whisper and shout at once as he pulled me backwards. I stumbled, looking to him as I tried to regain my footing.
You're Jack the Ripper, aren't you?
The claws of the man Watson now suspected of being the infamous killer raked through the place where I only just was. The fatal slice was stopped mid-swing as Watson gripped the Ripper's arm. He looks just like Jack Miller's! You just tried to kill her, didn't you?
What of it?
But you've only targeted prostitutes before. Why kill her?
Lamau.
Oh my god.
What do you think? When I kill, I'm like certain to clean up after myself. If a sort of girl happens to have seen me, she dies too. Ain't much more doing.
He swung his other clawed tips towards Watson, forcing the assistant to release him. There was little stamina left on Watson's part to keep up this act. He kicked away the Ripper with a weighted boot to avoid yet another close encounters attack. Watson, we need to run! Sorry, Emily. I'd like to, but it's no use. He's after the both of us now. Unless we do something, he'll continue to pursue us until he kills us. Emily, I want you to run first.
I don't know what to do. That's a great option.
I can't do that. I just can't. I can't be the one to escape to safety while you risk life and limb for me again. Especially because I got lost already once while I was running away. And that's how I wound up in this situation in the first place. I'm gonna run away from this mass murder and then I'm gonna like fucking walk into another fucking dude.
Watson, you and I both know damn well if I run away from Jack the Ripper alone, unimpeded, I'm gonna run into Jill the Gripper and die.
The fact was this. Jack the Ripper was intent on murdering us both. I don't want to run away and leave you behind again. I want to stay with you. Honestly, I really think we should get that child leash for me.
Emily. Damn it. Under more ordinary circumstances, I'd be glad to hear you say that. I've already put in the order through Amazon.
I wanted to murder you. Is this your timeout? You get 30 seconds. I don't got time to listen to this rot.
Based.
Just die, both of you.
I think not.
Watson was the first to spring forward to narrow the gap between them. But the Ripper was an agile creature, and he left the boy nothing but air to strike. He's just a creature.
You're not getting away.
No matter. Watson stamped his foot to the ground, using the repellent momentum to empower another closed fist.
Oi, Billy! Oi, Billy, I'm British today.
It worked. The Ripper raised his arm to block it, only to be forced off his balance upon contact.
悪いけど
Dude.
こんな単純な攻撃しかできないバカに俺がやられるわけがない
I shan't be bested by a bloomin' idiot who only knows how to keep up with a backyard rat.
Another attack on Watson's part is readied,
何
What?
only for his target to disappear.
Holy shit. He's just like Jack the Ripper from Fate Grand Order. He like became the Mist.
That's... Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's not Jack the Ripper from Fate Grand Order, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
霧に紛れて
Damn him. He's using the fog as cover.
どこに
Where could he be now?
Give me Berserker Jack the Ripper every day of the week from Fate Strange Fake. Anime just came out. You should watch that.
I looked from side to side, scrutinizing the scene to perceive his outline or the glint of his claws. It was a pointless effort. The fog was simply too thick for this to be done. What? Instinct. Oh, that terrible undertone of something about to go wrong. Something was behind me, and instinct took to me.
And now you've got a spider sense.
Emily, get down! Where was that like all the 15 other times where your life was in danger?
I dropped to the ground as quickly as I was able to.
I know I'm about to die without even recognizing the danger. Her like 3 days ago. Oh, is that a gun? That guy's got a gun. That doesn't seem good.
No sooner had I moved than Jack the Ripper's claws raked through the fog mere centimeters from the side of my face.
You're a death-prone little bint, aren't you? Here's your character development haircut.
All color left me. How? I hadn't heard so much as a footstep. This man we faced moved and fought like nothing I'd ever known.
お父さんが気づいてくれなかったら私は今頃
No, wait. You hold on. You said you were gonna dodge. You were like, oh shit, I'm in danger before you said anything. Gosh, come on, girl.
If Watson hadn't alerted me,
Emily, I need
be
you
dead.
to lock in.
よく避けたな
You're dodged. Well done.
でも二度目はない
It was just the one, though. You won't be so lucky for the next.
he came to me again, lashing at me precisely with his claws.
いけない切れない
No, I won't be able to dodge.
させるかよ
I forbid it!
Watson saw an exposed side and chanced another attack. The Ripper retreated, but briefly.
お前の動きわかりやすいね
Predictable to the last.
なんだと
What was that?
うるさいんだよ
Shut up.
A commander of stealth, this assassin was. There's no other way to describe how he moved with both aggression and restraint, exposed himself under the moon whilst becoming one with the fog. How is this accomplished? Oh, to watch, to see it and still not understand. It brought forth fear of the unknown and death packaged in a single gifts basket.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper. Hey there, Mira.
How'd they not catch this guy?
Yeah.
We got an APB out for a murderer's arrest. He's described as looks like a jabroni.
Watson! reply, though urgent, was too slow. I watched as Jack the Ripper tore without mercy into Watson's arm. I had no strength left in me to scream. You little...
That's enough out of you. Stop acting the fool.
My ally in this was attacked at the pit of his stomach by our enemy's knee, sending him reeling against the wall.
Glad he didn't use the claws that would kill him instantly.
Right? Damn it! His blow had been strong. His senses left him but temporarily, as I could have seen the way his eyes flickered in their fight to remain conscious. He slid down to his knees and could only breathe through strangled gasps. And so the Ripper took his time to approach again. If I stand idly by, Watson's blood will be on my hands. Stop! I ran between the two. I knew this was folly. I had no chance at all against Jack the Ripper. I had not an ounce of skill, and he had all of it. But the one who stood till he could not was on the path to being slaughtered. I cannot stand for doing nothing. Every time I would choose to be foolish over cruel. Yeah, you definitely would. Jack the Ripper kept to his slow pacing, and as he dragged his feet, perhaps knowing I would hear it, my skin crawled, my muscles twitched, my bottom lip quivered. Again, instinct whispered, then screamed, "Run, you idiot!" But I rooted myself to the spot.
Out of my way.
No!
If that's how you want it, you'll just be the first.
He stopped, raised his bloody talons. Would it soon be my own blood that bathed those instruments of savage murder? I closed my eyes and waited for the end to come. Waited.
You.
Did he only just now realize that she's his classmate?
When nothing had come, I opened them again.
Now you got bailed out. I was hoping he was go, oh wait, yeah, that was some banger ass eggs. Thanks, lady. Just leave. Any more of this scran? It's peak.
Watson staggered to his feet and latched onto the Ripper's clawed hand to stop it in its tracks.
This is some good art, though.
Agony was scrawled across his face, his breathing still impeded by pain. And still, even then, he refused to let go. Their sharpness brought about more pain as the tips pressed into his hand, sliding through skin and issuing blood from each of these fresh wounds.
Call me an idiot. Call me a fool. Call me whatever you like.
Okay.
But don't you ever try to harm her again. If you say so, Watson. Hello, idiot. Hello, fool. That's something I won't forgive. Emily does a good job doing that for herself, though.
What about cock? Can I call you like cock, or is that off limits?
Watson, don't! Your hand!
Yeah, God, I really like this CG. Really well done. If there's one thing this game has going for it, it's the art direction.
This made his hands slick, but Watson just squeezed harder as his entire arm quaked from the surging pain.
どうしよう。このままじゃワトソンが。
What should I do? At this rate, he surely can't hold out much longer.
お前そんなに死にたいのか。
You that eager to go?
死にたいわけないだろう。
Of course not!
Finally, Watson twisted himself to an angle that would allow him to yank the Ripper's arm forwards, but it was to no avail.
こいつ
You.
What he did avail was anger. His face still could not be seen.
Really? Okay.
But a temper began to reflect how the Ripper moved. His next move was a wild, poorly thought lunge from his free arm at Watson's throat.
I mean, he is fighting in close quarters. How are you not seeing his face? Is it just that dark?
I mean, I guess it could be foggy. It is dark. That makes sense.
That is
It's
true, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you could put like a little shading on it.
Right?
Art direction's good though.
Mm-hmm.
Watson's legs tensed beneath him.
ここで俺が死んだら誰が彼女を守るんだよ。
If I were to fall here, who would protect Emily?
Oh, my stub ticket says 2. I'm gonna come in if you die. Actually.
He waved to the side, evading the attack by a hair's breadth. With one arm still in his grasp, and the other flung wide, he saw the opening he so intensely needed. He pulled back his fist, bleh, and landed a hammering blow to the side of the Ripper's head. Dazed by this fierce hit, he stumbled backwards and fell to his knees. He leant over Watson, who had fallen to his knees also. There was no more fight in him. The tension of
had been drained. Okay.
Yo, where's the budget? Hello?
And blood dripped through plenteous drops into small pools at both of his sides. I think they needed a proofreader.
お前
How'd you...
The Ripper, however, moved to his feet for another bout, one we cannot afford. And here we were finally rewarded. The shrill cry of Scotland Yard's whistles filled the alleyway.
この警笛確か事件が起こった時に警官が使うもの。
This is how they raised the alarm that a crime had been committed, isn't it? The Ripper turned to the noise and swiftly back to us, a sense of loathing for his victory being cut short. Then, much like a specter at the sight of dawn, he vanished into fog.
おい待て
Hey, wait!
ダメよワトソン。無理に動いては。
Easy, Watson! Don't try to move!
だけど
But he's getting away!
お願いだから。
Please! Watson moved to follow, but I clasped my hands firmly on his shoulders, for even I had more strength now than him to keep him from running.
お嬢様、ワトソン君。
Won't be Pendleton?
you just assumed immediately. My lady, Watson.
ペンデルトン。
I first made him out as he emerged from the fog. I read that as I first made out. Several officers were at his side.
ご無事ですか、お嬢様。馬車の御舎から屋敷にお嬢様を見失ったと大慌ての連絡が入ったものですから。
You are right, my lady. The coach driver returned to the mansion in a fit of panic, saying he lost sight of you when you bolted from the carriage.
私は大丈夫。でもワトソンが。
I'm fine, but Watson is hurt.
俺も大丈夫。でもペンデルトンさん どうしてここが
I'm fine, Pendleton. But how did you know to seek us out here? Oh, well, I put a tracker on Emily and saw that she wandered into a bit too many alleyways.
Oh, I got the script.
切り裂きジャックの事件が騒がれていますからね。
The Jack the Ripper murders are on the lips of every man and woman in London, you see. And,
お嬢様が危険な事件をお調べになっていないか心配でしたので立ち寄ったのですが。
I decided to investigate the area myself on the hunch that Lady Whiteley might be investigating something dangerous.
Which she is. You're all idiots.
ちょうど恐喝を働いた男たちを叩きのめした少年の話を耳にしたので。
But as I searched the East End, I overheard word of a young man taking on a band of would-be muggers.
ああそれですか
Oh, so that's how.
すみませんペンデルトンさん彼女こんな場所で
I'm so sorry, Pendleton. It's entirely my fault that she was caught up in all of this.
そんなことないわ。ワトソンに黙ってついてきたのは私だし。
Yeah, honestly, you're spitting straight facts, Emily. That's not true and you know it. It was I who decided to trail you without so much as a word, hoping you wouldn't notice. Yeah.
It's the sentence could have just ended if that's not true and you know it.
それにあなたは
I know, because of me, you've ended up with such terrible injuries. True! True! You should pay for his hospital bills.
She is spitting, Watson.
With the moment over, I saw again the depths of his injuries, the imprints at his palm and the slices along his arm, and the shame of having been integral to their cause swelled within my heart. These feelings being rubbish did not prevent them from being ever present.
本当に
I'm so sorry.
Are you gonna keep walking into alleyways, Emily?
これは君のせいじゃ
Watson, don't enable her! It's not your fault, Emily. Yes, it is! Stop enabling her.
Oh, okay. I guess I can go walk into that gun factory now then.
You ready for round 3 with Jill?
As a gesture to ease his pain, I wrapped my handkerchief over his wounded hand. Wow, this kind of reminds me of that one time I wrapped my handkerchief over that one guy in my class with the white hair. Wonder why I'm thinking of that guy all of a sudden, huh?
君のハンカチが
Emily, you're gonna soil your handkerchief. Oh, it already got soiled with another man's juices once, it's fine.
What do you mean? I wash it. What do you... Huh? Do you not wash those? You use them? What's it?
I don't mind. He pulled it away. But I simply drew it back towards me.
ワトソンが
Just glad you're alright,
ワトソンが無事で
Watson.
よかったありがとう
Thank you for saving me.
私を助けてくれて
I wished I could look at him directly as I thanked him, but my guilt in the moment was far stronger than my pluck.
Good. Remember that feeling of guilt whenever you decide to go anywhere.
It was this, and the urge to break down into sobs, that prevented me from trying.
Alright.
And so he simply held my hand.
What the fuck?
無事で
I'm glad you came out alright, too.
You didn't tell me you installed the 18 plus patch. That's fucking disgusting.
Lewd.
Pendleton brought us my carriage, which first took us to the Baker Street flat.
I keep thinking that horse is like the Akira bike slide.
What?
My first thought was to help tend to his wounds. Upon offering my assistance, however, he claimed quite boldly that he was adept with tasks requiring dexterity and precision.
Why did her sprite just like show up for like a split second?
Emily, I know full well you're gonna drop that bottle of alcohol and it's going to be in every open wound on my body, which is like 4 of them. Don't. Just go home.
The vocation of his father was not lost to him. He was so capable, in fact, that the extent of my aid was handing him whatever was from his bag when he asked. It is extent, not extend, by the way.
The budget for this was a PlayStation Vita.
I was young. I was always running around, taking unsightly spills and getting into fights, so...
Me too!
I ended up learning how to patch myself up as a matter of course.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
そうだったの。ワトソンはお医者様もできる探偵なのね。
So you're a detective who could double as a doctor. Then I feel like we've already established that, given the fact that we've had like so many like cases where he's used his like know-how on medicine to like solve shit.
I don't get it, Watson. If you're a doctor, why do you always have that band-aid on your face?
Watson's hands froze mid-stitch. It makes me look tough and burly.
Buddy, there is nothing you could do in your life to look tough. Not with that hat on your head.
It was a time when I thought of pursuing a career in medicine.
あの頃
Why
She
didn't you?
that wasn't voiced. Fucking what the fuck?
俺が探偵になりたいって思うようになった頃は
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, we literally talked about this the other night, bro.
Back then, I got it in my head that I ought to become a detective instead.
だけど
Oh, we already talked about that. Oh, you remembered that, huh? Emily? That's interesting. You remembered that. I thought I would have to repeat myself. You know, no reason. Just, you know, it's been a stressful night.
Hasn't gone quite as I planned, though. His smile seemed plastered on, a topical of humor to dull the ache of regret.
まあ
Say, Emily,
どうしたの？
what is it?
あいつは切り裂きジャックは言ってた
Jack the Ripper.
始末する
He said he kills anyone who bears witness to his murders.
もしかしたらまたあいつは俺や君を狙ってくるかもしれない
That means it's possible he'll come after us again in the future. I cannot get the fuck over this goddamn pose.
Alright, I'm gonna get up 3 in the morning, go eat some shredded cheese. This is the pose I like when I'm going to eat shredded cheese.
The false smile was no more. Instead, changed to a most serious expression.
だからお願いがあるんだ
I mean that. I need you to promise me something. Nosferatu looking ass motherfucker.
I think we both know this is a waste of time, but go ahead.
お願い？
What would you have me promise?
Yeah, maybe they should have done a London Detective Mysteria collab with all those characters that they assigned the Ebe characters as instead. Since this makes more sense than fucking Gary being Ripper.
Not wearing it. Does he need to wear a mask? He already looks like a fucking loser. I guarantee you there's nobody else in the entirety of London walking around with a hat and a bow tie. Is it fucking the Monopoly man killing people out here?
今後は
Is this Pee-wee's Playhouse?
外を出歩かないでほしい
He took the hat right off the magical hats card from Yu-Gi-Oh!
That you won't venture out
Watson.
alone anymore. To keep yourself out of danger. I don't think she can keep that promise, buddy. You need to get her a fucking child safety harness if you want her to do that. Yeah, but like, how do his classmates not recognize this dude?
Their justification was that they couldn't actually make out his face, so this is technically viewer-only information, though
Yeah,
I guess
they said
in
it
all
was too
fairness,
foggy. Yeah.
in all fairness, that was pretty much immediately noticeable from about the nanosecond we saw that character.
Yeah.
ホームズのことも気になると思うけど
I know you're surely concerned for Holmes, but his father is with him. I'm sure he'll be fine for now.
Like, dude, we're in a fucking Victorian London setting or whatever the fuck age. It's foggy and your name is Jack? You kidding me? You really gonna waste my time like this?
He'd done this before, so I recognized it quickly. The way he spoke was kind, reassuring, but more a form of self-convincing than a statement of belief.
君には
I want you to make your own safety your greatest priority.
I want. Can you go back? Can you go look at the log again?
Yeah.
I want to hear her promise, and then I want to put that subtitle that she just, that one right there.
This one?
Yeah, that. Yes, I want to flip the POV to have Emily in front and just put, she had done this before, so I recognized it quickly. The way she spoke was kind, reassuring, but more a form of self-convincing than a statement of belief. He's like, I promise I won't get into any more trouble.
ごめんなさい。私
She can't even promise him. She can't even say, yeah, I'll take care to keep myself safe.
Emily, don't change the fucking subject on me. Look, she looks like a dog that just ate a fucking bowl, ate pretzels out of your bowl.
That one fucking cat TikTok of the cat that's like munching and then the person grabs them by like their head and you just see all the food all over their fucking face.
Need an Emily Eto bleh.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but be worried for him.
We need to revive the London Detective Mysteria fandom stat for Kobayashi Punch and Etoble Emily.
Trouble made us.
Watson, I swear to God, if you say this is your fault because you lied about him being sick,
Oh my god.
he wouldn't, right? He wouldn't say that.
It troubled me to see Watson more concerned about my welfare than about his present injuries, which were by no means light.
でもワトソンも決して危ない場所へは
If I do so, I want you to likewise promise me that you won't go anywhere dangerous either, or place yourself in the way of any harm.
I feel like the only reason he has gone into like dangerous situations has been because of you, Emily.
This is just two people in a Discord call at like 11 p.m. on like New Year's Eve making New Year's resolutions.
Alright, it's a deal then. He nodded his acceptance. 5 minutes later, we broke our promise.
No promises. No promises made in the dialogue. No,
Emily didn't agree.
This was all implicit and. Yo, who fucking scratched up the moon?
After some time, Emily finally left the office. She was crossing her fingers the whole time.
こういう時
It's times like these that most make me wish I could promise her that I'll keep her safe. Loath as I was to admit it aloud, I certainly had no way to see that promise through.
I'm not a gambling man. And
Look, God, simple chance. Perhaps one, perhaps a mix, perhaps all it mattered. Wait, huh? Perhaps one, perhaps a mix, perhaps all, it mattered not. As I knew well that the manner in which avoided death was not by my own skill.
俺がもっと強かった
If only I were a better man. If I had Holmes' strength, she could have been spared such a terrifying What strength? What does Holmes have? He's a fucking twink.
He's got that blicky on him. Jack could have 3 holes in his chest before he even got within spitting distance.
弱いんだな
hate feeling so weak. For all my boasts. What am I when danger comes round? As fearful as any man. What's wrong with me? You literally, like, took, like, fucking X-Men, like, hand grip fucking weapons into your arm. What do you mean? I thought I'd changed. But I'm still the same as I ever was. I'm still incapable of keeping her safe without relying on others.
Wait. Does this refer to the past? Was she? I swear to God, if you found her again when you were like 11 and she was in danger then, like, dude, you need to let evolution sort itself out here.
To know it frustrated me to no end. I clenched my newly sutured fist as the anger continued. Sutured?
You play Trauma Center. Sutured?
Sutured?
Just like how you're German, man, you're fake ass fake German.
My newly sutured fist as the anger continued to build. Even when new blood spilt over the wounds I received earlier that evening, and even when the pain that accompanied it burned up my arm and through my entire body, I could not relax my grip. When was the last time I held myself in such contempt? I was pitiful indeed. I could not recount another person as pitiful as I was now.
Okay, let me help you out here.
Emily!
When you see that when you see that singular dash, just treat it like a period. It's basically a period, but it's not the beginning of a new thought.
Yeah. Jack the Ripper may well seek her out again to make good on his promise. If he does, what will I be able to do about it? What can I do? Let him kill her. I can't remain as I can. I need to ground myself. Learn, train, improve. No, just let natural selection take its course, bro.
Stand up, Watson. You are strong.
After all, I want to protect Emily more than anyone. Why? What's she done for you?
I can't say that it's not completely one-sided. She said enough things, but like, man, this is like 90-10 right now. She has not vocalized anything like this.
I want to defend her, no matter the cost. Simpler. After retiring from the Baker Street often, Pendleton and I returned home, yet it was not a particularly pleasant drive. A grave misunderstanding between us had brought rise to stress that thickened the very air between us. I mean, I'd be pissed off too, after all the fucking times Pendleton has told you not to get into life-endangering situations, and you don't listen. Wait, Pendleton, would you at least listen to me? No, why should he? I couldn't suppress the urge to shout. Oh my god.
If I did not know any better, my lady, if I left you unattended for a single set of 6 hours, I would find you in a saw trap.
I know that I was wrong not to listen to you. I apologize, and I apologize again, and I will continue to make the same mistake, and then I'll apologize and do the same mistake again. But forcing me to suspend my schooling is going too far.
If you're really sorry, then you'd stop doing it. Yeah, this is the fucking, like, 7th time this has happened, Emily. I understand you messing up, like, once, maybe twice. But this is like once a week. You go and you make these bad decisions. Honestly, Pendleton, let him cook.
少し違います。明日から今後一切学園へ通わせないと申し上げたのです。
You misunderstand me, my lady. I'm not suspending your schooling. I'm telling you that you'll not be attending the academy ever again.
Emily, you literally gotten into life-threatening situations. People normally take a break from school after nearly dying the first time.
私が間違っていました。
No, it wasn't Pendleton. No, just shut the fuck up. It's Emily's fault.
I get paid enough to say that the mistake was mine.
Pendleton hung his head.
やはり外の世界はお嬢様にとって概要なす危険なものでしかありません。
Based.
It seems, in spite of my hopes, that the world presents little more than a source of danger to you after all.
Give this man a true.
もうこれ以上お嬢様を危険な目に遭わせることは。
And I simply cannot expose you to that danger any longer.
Actually, no, I don't blame Pendleton for this. Emily cannot take care of herself.
お願いペンデルトン、そんなこと言わないで。外の世界が全部危ないなんて。
Please, Pendleton, you mustn't say that. The world has far more in it than simply danger. Are you sure? Because that's all I've been seeing you get into, Emily.
I had a picnic.
And then what happened on the way home from said picnic? Uh-huh. You got chased after by cult people?
昔のようにあなたに守られたまま何も知らずに生きていくなんて。
I never want to return to the way I was, living in ignorance, shielded by you from things both bad and good.
No one said your friends can't visit, right?
Yeah, my friends, like Jack.
自分の目の
Yeah,
前のこと
you
が
know what? I should invite Jack Miller's alone into my room. That sounds like a great idea right now. I really miss him.
There's truth before me, and I would not turn from it any longer.
お嬢様。
My lady.
You are an
You
idiot.
know, you raise a good point. You're liable to get poisoned if you just stay in the house.
私はもっと学ばなくちゃ。強くならなくちゃいけないの。
If anything, I must continue to learn, to grow both wiser and stronger. I haven't
Hey,
done any
sorry.
of those yet.
Sorry, I'm looking in the background. Can you tell me about the 2 lamps
Oh,
on
what?
the table?
Yeah, why are they just next to each other like that?
Like, 2 lamps and then, like, cuck chair in corner on the left. Corner chair only means one thing.
Oh my god. Yeah, why? Why would they put 2 lamps right next to each other like that? Just like put one on the other end of the room or something. Put it near the cup chair.
Look, on the left, there is a perfectly good standing
Yeah,
table
there
with
is!
nothing on it.
There's a whole... Yeah! They could have just moved that over there. And then there's there's a chandelier too. Yeah, why do they need so much lighting over in this specific corner?
Well, because there's a window on the other side.
Okay, but you don't need a chandelier and 2 lamps that are like literally right next to each other.
My lady, you
And there's
must
also
stay
a
home.
window right there too.
My lady, you must stay home. I have been so bored and there's been nothing to do. I've turned this into a male living space.
I mean, it's Emily's house, guys. She most likely freaking gets lost in her own damn house. Yeah, we gotta put the 2 lamps in front of the room to her door, or else she walks into the medieval torture chamber that we keep downstairs.
My lady, is there a reason there's a guillotine at the bottom of these
一
stairs?
緒に頑張れる仲間が必要なのよ。
And to accomplish that, the Academy and my fellow students are vital to my growth and improvement.
私、
You could just get
ペンデルトンを
homeschooled.
止めたって学園へ行くわ。
Though you may try to prevent me, I fully intend to continue my studies at the Academy tomorrow and every day after.
You're like a minor, Emily.
He just turns off the lamps and the chandelier. Wait, where am I? What the hell? Pendleton, Toscate!
I had made my case, and I was determined to stand by it.
だからお願い。
The spoiled brat.
So please, I beg of you, let me continue my education.
Pendleton is literally your paid guardian. I think he got more say on this. Yeah, he literally just needs to get a call on the phone and be like, hey, like, if she comes to, like, your school, just, like, put her on a leash and bring her back home.
He has to call every day, like every week. Yes, how is our dear daughter? Oh, she almost was shot yesterday. And then you just hear on the other line, yeah. All this time, I truly believed I was handling you with the requisite strictness. But it seems, like you, I'm an idiot. It seems I have a soft spot for your impassioned pleas, after all.
What? What? Huh?
It appears you've learned a great deal about the world before I was even aware of it.
No, she didn't. She didn't learn anything. She's gonna do it again.
I mean, she solved a respectable amount of crimes. Ignoring the fact that it probably would have stopped around case 3 if it wasn't for everyone. Everyone who has not saved you at this point.
Right. I mean,
not asking. But, okay, so Pendleton, yeah. Watson, yeah.
Yeah. Like, Pendleton saved her, what, like, 3 times? And then, like, the first case, she got fucking kidnapped, put in a fucking basement, and she escaped with Holmes. And then, like, she nearly got poisoned. Until I think, like, Marple was like, oh, wait, that's poison, da 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 da. Fucking Pendleton has saved her, like, 3 fucking times. I mean, sure, Emily's speech is nice and all, but it's only nice if she actually matured and learned stuff, right?
If Pendleton hit her with the John Cena fine speech, that would have fucking ruled, but...
The butler's stern face lifted only slightly, a hint of a smile playing at the corner of his mouth.
You can tell this was made for, like, the younger, like, Otome game fans to be like, yeah, you're so right, Emily. I'm gonna break the rules and get into dangerous situations and everyone's gonna let me do it because I'm young and unpredictable, yeah.
Pendleton, I read on the internet that if I put a light bulb in my mouth, I can't pull it out, and I must prove this wrong. You can obviously pull it out.
God.
Believe this is Moriarty.
You have done well, Jack. Not at all. I simply did as I was ordered.
そうだな。お前は私の命令に忠実なはずだ。いや、忠実なはずだった。
Exactly. You did everything you were told to do. Or so I believed.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I'd expect to read from, like, YA books like Harry Potter or some shit, yeah.
What's YA?
Young adult. So
Oh,
basically,
okay.
like, teenager.
It's fine. No, well, she got her character development haircut. It's gonna be better from here on.
Jack fell silent before the sharp eyes that made him humble.
And then she just falls down a ditch.
What if Jack the Ripper's claws, like, got all of her hair? What if she was just bald?
That'd be great. Bald!
Why did you allow those two to live? They saw you going about your business.
それにその方の無様な後は一体何だ？獲物に返り討ちに遭うなど情けない。
And do tell me, what is that unsightly bruise on your cheek? It truly pains me to believe you allowed yourself to be struck by your prey. Pitiful. Forgive me, sir. Yo, that is not what he's saying. Dan, what is this? Forgive me, sir. I ain't never gonna fail you like...
いいか、ジャック。これ以上私を失望させてくれるな。
Listen well, Jack. Do not disappoint me any further.
そうでなければ、お前をここまで育て上げた労力が無駄になる。
For if you do, all the effort I have put into raising you will be for naught.
私の命令を遂行することだけを考えろ。いいな。
Focus only on obeying my orders and nothing more. Understood?
はい。
Yes, sir.
姿を見た二人を始末しろ。次に失敗したら分かっているな。
Kill the two who saw you. If you fail again, well, I'm sure I needn't speak of the consequences.
はい。
No, sir.
失敗には命をもって償います。
I shall atone for my failure, even should it cost me a whole life. That threw me off a little.
Lingering still along each finger of his iron claws was blood that had not quite dried.
Oh, so it's like a parallel. See how Pendleton is like the adult who is giving her a chance, and how Moriarty is the adult not giving him a chance and making him listen, I guess.
I feel like Pendleton should have...
What? I can't hear you. What are you saying?
I think Pendleton should have done what Moriarty did.
If you go outside again, I will kill you.
Legitimately. Oh, you want to die so badly? Okay, I'll just kill you. That night.
I've got bricks on top of every doorknob, or every doorway. It'll fall straight on your head.
That night, I had a bittersweet dream of a bygone time. I dreamt of the days I lived in the rural town of Chipping-Campden, north of London. What kind of name is that? Chipping-Campden.
This is a fucking amusement park?
Do chipmunks live there?
Oh, right, she's an orphan. I forgot about that.
In those days, the loneliness I felt in the wake of losing my parents still lingered strongly within me, particularly when I was alone.
So Pendleton wasn't actually calling anybody in my previous hypothetical. My bad.
I mean, it's Britain. They always have weirdly named places. True.
You want to run down to Wimbley Wombler and grab some chippy?
Just a little longer. Just bear with it a little longer. I must have seen no more than 8 or 9 summers at the time. There I was, trying desperately to save a young deer that had been caught in a trap.
Oh, this must have been with fucking Watson.
I had no expectation that Pendleton would come rushing to my aid either, as by venturing outside alone, I had broken my promise to him not to do so.
Of course you did.
I'm starting to wonder if, like, Pendleton's hair was not white at first.
He developed it from all the stress of having to raise this girl.
Not gray, white.
She's traumatized him, gave him the old Ken Kaneki.
Its leg was held by the trap's vice-like grip. It had grown so weak that it was unable to stand. Oh. Even knowing that, I persistently tried to do all I could to save it, and set about seeing how I might open the trap.
Maybe you shouldn't do that? You're like, what, 9 years old? I don't know, maybe you should be like, hey, Pendleton, can you get this trap off of this deer?
I look at the side of the trap, reading what the blazoned logo says. What does Orphan Obliterator 300 mean? Oh well, I set to work.
And all I succeeded in doing was injuring my own hand on its unfeeling blade. I'm so surprised. The trap did not relent in its iron grip, not in the silence. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Raisa. cause
Honestly,
him
I
a
think
great deal of
cause him
trouble.
a great deal of trouble needs to be over. That needs to be the one that's always there, not how queer.
Yeah, you're right.
Alternative, at least put some jail bars in front of how queer for the moment.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, fucking Holmes, live Holmes reaction.
どうしよ
I don't know what to do. How? I can't fix this. Maybe you should have told Pendleton, the adult. My hands throbbed with pain. I was utterly alone. Everything welled up within me, and I wanted so much to cry. Yeah, how you doing, Riza? Anytime I was on the verge of tears, Mother and Father's faces would flicker through my young mind.
Wait, how long were you an orphan?
Well, she's been an orphan since, I want to say, like 5 years old?
And you remember your parents at 5? Maybe I just don't have a good metric for this.
Yeah, well, apparently the moment of their death was, like, traumatizing for her because she saw them.
Yeah, that's true. She probably did it.
The fucking ghost trick, like, do you remember that when
Yeah.
she like made a birthday surprise for her parents and it wound up killing them.
It's like the Batman origin story, except like 5-year-old Bruce Wayne walked into the alley and his parents got shot because of it.
I would be reminded of times I fell and wailed, how Mother was always there to wrap me in her loving embrace, how Father was present to watch me grow. I longed for these things. Yeah, especially because my mother and my father would keep me from walking into the fucking construction working. How stupid to long for what was long gone.
お父様
Father,
お母様
Mother. As I whispered their names for no one but my ear to hear, another sound caught my attention. Wait! Get back here, damn it! A shout disturbed me, and soon after, a boy had come bursting through the nearby bushes. He was chasing something. A rabbit?
You better not fucking kill that rabbit. That reminded me. During Thanksgiving, my family started talking because one of my cousins was in the army, and I don't know how the conversation turned on it, but he started talking about how there was like this one point where he and like all the other people in his like squadron or whatever had to train by like hunting down, killing, cooking, and eating a rabbit, and like I like you could just see my face go stone cold, and then like my entire family starts talking about like, oh yeah, I've had rabbit once, and then they're like, have you had rabbit? Oh, I love rabbit, and then just my entire family, there's this one moment today where everyone in my family was talking about how good rabbit is, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
He's gonna catch this rabbit, and if something suboptimal happens, you're gonna load your save and go onto Jack's route or some shit.
Yeah,
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm gonna go hang out with the murderer.
A rabbit? Got you! The boy dived towards the rabbit to finally capture it. He met with success.
You better not eat that rabbit, boy.
こらじっとして暴れるなって
Hey, stay still already. Calm down.
Hey, Bo. Hey there, Neil.
まったく怪我してるのになんでこんな
Okay, he's not gonna eat the rabbit. He's gonna bandage up the rabbit because he's an animal king.
God, how can you still run like that when you're hurt? Only then was he aware that I had witnessed him.
そいつ罠にかかったの？
Has he gotten himself trapped? Perhaps curious, he skipped to me with a lightness as I huddled next to the deer, contrastly in much distress. That must be painful. Don't worry,
待ってろよ。
I'll get you out of there.
外して助けてやるから。
The boy released the rabbit, which bounded off in an instant. Without thought and firmly grasped the trap. Wait, I thought she was freeing a deer, wasn't she? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a deer that was caught in the trap.
Go back down. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, what? Hold on, let me reread this.
Oh wait,
Is
she
that
is
the- yeah,
huddled
is
next
it-
to the deer. Okay.
Yeah. I was confused. Like, yeah, what are you cooking here?
Yeah, why is he released? Okay. Oh, it was the rabbit that he caught like in his arms. Okay, for a second I thought he was like the rabbit was caught in the trap or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Watson said a bird, but text earlier did say deer. Wait, what? Huh? Dying. Hold on.
Text earlier, that was like back the last stream. I don't think you're gonna find it.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Oh, God.
Check the VOD.
I'll help you.
うん、わかった。じゃあ行くよ。せーの。
Okay, we'll go in 3 then. 1, 2, 3, and we're stuck in the trap now. Yep, Marshalling all our strength, we barely managed to free the animal's leg. It was for nothing. Even when liberated, the deer never moved again. Oh, maybe you got it confused with that one scene where they were up in the trees feeding the birds. Maybe that's why you thought it was a bird, Jackie? It was for nothing. Even when liberated, the deer never moved again. Oh, did it get shot?
まだ子供なのにすっごく痩せてる。きっとここで逃げられなくなってお腹空かせて衰弱していったんだろうな。
He's so young but so thin. He must have gotten hungry from being unable to run away from here. And he got weaker and weaker.
寂しかった。
Must have been so lonely.
Are
Maybe?
you making this about yourself, Emily?
You don't remember the bird feeding?
ずっと一人ぼっち。
Oh.
Sounds like a CG.
Yeah.
心細かっただろうな。
I'm sorry. Fuck off, Emily. You saw that, right? Oh, that deer must have been so lonely, like me, because I miss my parents. Bro.
Hey, just being trapped here all alone must have been awful.
ごめんな。助けてあげられなくて。
I'm so sorry we couldn't save you. I could see the tears he tried to hold at bay. I understood. My chest pinged and a lump sat in my throat, but even when the time was right, I suppressed the urge to cry.
お墓。
What about a grave? What?
この子のお墓。
Let's make a grave. Leaving it out here in the cold is just so sad.
寒くてかわいそうだから。うん、そうだね。
I like that. Let's make one. We were tiny children, and still, we used our tiny hands to dig out a grave from the soft earth for this animal.
I sat down on the log and threw him a shovel and told him to get to work.
It was an unsightly plot, an uneven mound of dirt covered with palm prints and a single flower, but we could be proud of it, for it was the best we could do.
He still has that bandit on him!
He's had... Boy, you've had that Band-Aid on you for like fucking...
Like 7 years? Take that shit off. It's gotta be like your skin's gotta be like all weird underneath it.
君はこの近くに住んで
Do
る
you live here?
Yes, I lived even farther from here for a while.
ずっとそこで暮らしてるわ
He's eyeless. He's like JRPG town NPC. He's nothing.
No, he's a visual novel protagonist. I'm convinced that it's a birthmark rather than a band-aid at this point, because otherwise, why, Watson?
でもこの辺りって
But I've been told that this area is off limits, even to the locals.
Never stopped me before. Won't stop me in the future.
私もペンで I've never talked like this to anyone other than Pendo, the person who looks after me, either.
Oh, are you gonna be giving away a stranger identifiable things about who you are and where you live, Emily?
I don't think that was like an interrupt. I think that's just what she calls him.
寂しいって思ったこと
Have you never felt lonely? Oh, sorry.
こんなこと言って
That's
ごめん
not something I should be saying to someone I just met.
僕で
Just,
ずっと暮ら
you
し
said
てる
you lived here for a long time, so... I was wondering if you ever felt alone, or lonely, I guess. What do you think? I was just sitting there with like a trap in between my arms for like an hour. Do you think I'm not feeling lonely or anything during that? Okay. The boy looked directly at me with great concern.
Something he would have to get used to.
I didn't know how to respond.
Something he would have to get used to.
I cannot deny how often I felt lonely, as it so often crept over me that the lie would certainly show on my face. I can no longer number the nights alone I had been afraid to close my eyes, the mornings when I felt scared waking up alone. I harbored within my soul a deep unhappiness that drove me to the brink of tears when the feeling was at its worst. I cannot claim to not know it, yes, but I could also not speak honestly of knowing it as well as I did.
大丈夫
I'm alright.
She lied as naturally as she breathed.
私にはね
You see, I have a crime that I absolutely have to solve. The words were directed perhaps more to myself than to him.
他の人にはお願いで
It's
きない
something so important that I can't leave it to anyone else. I need to do it myself.
Why are you the only one in your family with the big eye gene?
事件
A crime.
だから
It's got like a grandma living somewhere with big old kamichara kari
no,
eyes.
no. What did you just fucking say?
Huh?
Look,
Huh?
read.
So until I've done that, I can't worry anyone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh, Emily? You can't worry anyone. You've done a terrible job at that, Emily. Emily sure is bad at following her word.
私は
I can't be too dependent on anyone. I can't let myself be lonely either.
いけないのお父様と
For my mother and father as well. I didn't like this. My voice wavered. No, I did not like this, and trembled. I rubbed my eyes. I wasn't going to cry. They were there, heavy in that my eyes were sore from their weight. There, in that with one blink that would be overflowing. There, in that I wish they were not.
ああダメだって
Don't do that!
The boy's voice was filled with panic.
そんなにこすったらばい菌が入って痛くなるよ
Oh, new viewer, is there any plans to play any more of Atelier games? Yes! when we beat Fierce, my next planned Atelier game is gonna be Lydia and Sewell. And I'd also like to play, the Atelier Marie remake at some point. And hopefully Yumiya when that comes out. I don't know if I'd play it right after it comes out, but that's some plans. I'd also like to play Iris 2 at some point someday.
Hell yeah.
Oh! Thank you for the follow, Skyly. Let me know if I said your name wrong. Yeah, I hope you enjoy here. Careful about using the phrase, "oh, new viewer." I instinctively thought you were a bot for a second. Yeah, same here.
I didn't, for what it's worth. I will say, you don't. People who are like moderation, or the person who runs the channel, if you're a first-time chatter, it'll say. I think their trigger figures are a little too itchy, personally. That's coming from someone who shoots without remorse.
If you rub your eyes like that, bacteria's gonna get in and make them hurt.
I'm not in any pain.
And yeah, it is. I think we've just become too accustomed to seeing anyone say viewer in chat and just immediately be like, is that a bot?
Well, I know it's not a...
Yeah.
Sorry, texted me.
It's all good.
I can tell that it's not... I can tell it's not that because they just said viewer instead of trying to be sneaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good to lie.
Yeah, Emily, maybe you should listen to him. It's not good to lie.
He took my hand in his. I knew it. You cut yourself in that trap before I arrived, didn't you? He drew a soft cloth from his pocket and wrapped it round my hand. And people get hurt. They sometimes bleed, right? And it hurts too. Well, oops, sorry. And thank you for answering my question. Oh, no worries. No need to say sorry.
We're just too trigger happy seeing viewer, I guess. But yeah, welcome. I hope you enjoy it here.
People's hearts are exactly the same. When you're upset or you're sad, then it hurts. And sometimes you cry too. Nothing good comes from trying to turn your eyes away from your own pain, you know.
Well, you're like 8. You're not having thoughts like this.
He's trying way too hard to like riz her up.
If you're hurt,
It's alright to cry. He like watched this on TV and is like, oh, that's the way to get girls.
but I can't do that. The more he watched me with a sweet face that stood to gain nothing and being kind, the more I knew it was a matter of time before I broke down into sobs. All I could do was look downwards.
Sounds like me after watching a romance K-drama. Me, same. I had like this like phase in like high school where I really wanted to be like a princely character. I wanted to be like an Otome game character. Oh, so I would try and like talk like how I thought like an Otome game character would talk.
Wait a second, okay? I'll be right back. He let go of my hand and took off running, disappearing from sight. I expected that would be the last I would see of him, and yet it was not. Within minutes, he had returned. He had something for me.
お待たせ。ほら。
Sorry for the wait. Here you go. In the palm of his hand was a modest handmade gift.
Oh shoot, he gave you a ring and you forgot about him, Emily? Damn.
これ。お花の指輪?
Is this a ring?
But it's made of flowers. Why do you still love her? Watson, you gave her a ring and she doesn't even remember you.
母さんが作ってるの見て真似してみたんだ。
Yep, I've seen my mom make them before, so I decided to do what she does.
He grabs it and just puts it in her mouth and just eats it. He's like, oh, I gotta marry this bitch.
I'll give this to you.
私に?
To me?
Mm-hmm.
今の
Right now, I can't take away what's hurting you most.
ところ直せないか
Maybe you should become a doctor then, Watson.
だから
I thought that this might at least bring your smile back a little
笑顔に
faster.
なりますようにって
The boy slid the ring, twisted together with white clovers, onto one of the fingers of my left hand.
And this is literally Emily's first interaction with someone not Pendleton, and yet it's still not memorable enough for her. That's even worse. Yo, what? I feel bad for Watson.
She's like, dandelions, my favorite snack.
Drat. I should probably have made it a bit bigger. Looks like it'd be a perfect fit for your ring finger, at least.
やっぱり
I should have paid more attention when I was watching Mom make
ちゃん
them.
と見とけばよかった
He was quite bashful about this, adoringly so, as he covered his face.
Oh, this poor man. He gave her a ring on her ring finger. He practically proposed to her and she forgot about him. Oh, fell asleep. Oh, good morning, Phoenix.
とってもかわいい
It's so darling.
Huh? You really think so?
Yes, thank you very much.
ありがとう
You're welcome.
どういたしまして
He smiled. I could bask in the warmth that smile provided. As I admired it, the pain in my hand seemed to dwindle.
What, you're off to work, sadly? Oh, have a good day at work, Phoenix.
Perhaps owing to that same smile, even the desire to cry, those hot tears, had all but subsided.
Sorry,
ごめんね
I wish I could do more for you.
こんなことしかできなくて
Yeah, I hope work goes smoothly for you. Have good rest of stream and sleeps, thank you. I will probably be heading to sleep soon myself.
It hurt to see him wear a twinge of sadness. He was too honest.
それと
And it's been bothering me for a bit, but your hair has a knot.
君髪の毛が
Huh?
Oh, no.
There's like a bunch of leaves in them too.
At his suggestion, I reached to touch my hair, noticing only then that it was snarled and tangled in several places. How long has it been like this?
こんな茂みの中
With
で
all these bushes around, it's no surprise it would end up that way.
I started trying to tug and untangle the strands, but doing so accomplished little.
ああダメだって綺麗な髪の毛なのにちょっとじっとしてて
No, don't do that. Your hair's so pretty. Just stay still a minute.
Alright. He was careful. I felt safe in his care, and so I waited with patience as he helped. A flash of embarrassment had come to me as well, but not wishing to interrupt, I remained still and let him do this work. A thought occurred to me, one that should have, quite certainly, occurred much sooner than it had.
本当にどうもありがとう なたお名前は
Thank you so much. May I ask your name so that I'll forget about it like a day later?
俺の名前は
My name? It's... Oh. I did not move for some time upon awakening.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. There I lay, a compoundment of events too grand to organize in one sitting, keeping me from acting on any single one of them.
だいぶ昔のことですっかり忘れていたけれど
I
私
am just slapping my face so hard right now. It happened so long ago that I had forgotten all about it, but that boy really did save me.
あの後家の近くまで送ってくれた
He'd even escorted me close to home afterwards.
名前は
Oh, you... What?
ずっと聞いていたはずなのに
What?
思い出せないわ
Oh, I am... What? His name was... Oh, I can't remember. I heard him say it, but I can't remember. What the fuck do you mean?
So I think we're done with London Detective Mysteria today. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you
Let's
for
check if we have our-
watching. Yeah, thanks for watching
We
London
don't.
Detective Mysteria. I'm rage quitting this for the night.
Wait, no. Why don't you leave a note for the save file?
Oh, okay. Wait.
Just a bunch of question marks. Dude, not enough space. You are not counting. You're just hoping it's working.
Yep. It worked. I can't believe how much of an idiot she is. Like, this was not that long ago that Watson told her verbatim this fucking story to her.
She is unaware of what's going on in
She
her head.
is gormless. She has no brain.
How many routes does this game have?
This has 17 endings.
Dude. We're gonna be playing this for the next 2 years. Does Jack have a route?
Yes, Jack does have a route.
Dude,
Actually,
I am not gonna come on here and... Oh, Emily. Huh? I'm not getting paid enough for that. I'm not getting paid at all.
he does have, like, apparently he has, like, 5 endings that are just, like, called, like, I forgot what it's called, like, gruesome endings or, like, ill-fated endings. So I guess you can die in his route. Which, yeah, that would make sense with how fucking Emily is. How she'll just... Hi, I'm gonna run away from this dangerous situation into another dangerous situation. And while we're running away from that dangerous situation, I'm gonna run into another dangerous situation. Oh, this guy told me about, like, how when he was a child, he met this one girl that, like, he saved from, like, a trap and, like, healed this animal with. And he, like, helped take out the knots of her hair and all that. Huh, I just had a dream about that. I don't remember that guy's name, though. Really similar to the one Watson told me, but it's definitely not Watson, because I would have known if it was Watson, right?
I'll never forget that, dear.
Ellie fucking doesn't give a fuck about Watson for real. She clearly wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it was in one ear out of the other. Oh, I feel so bad for Watson. It's not that Watson, like... Usually, I feel bad for the protagonist in the Otome games, because the guys sometimes just are just like, oh,
Oh, but no, Watson is... He has bad taste in women. Dr. Bad Taste. That's Watson. Anyway. Thank you all for coming for London Detective Mysteria. We'll tackle this baffling shit next time. Yeah. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. I don't think we have any art for art time, right?
Oh.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yeah, let's go raid someone. Can't believe this. Can't believe the gal. Can't believe the gall of this game. Oh my fucking god.